Hello, everyone.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
I had a random question for Nethermind before we start. What happens if the system transaction to the deposit contract happens that the deposit address has no code?
System transaction to deposit contract, and there is no contract deployed.
Correct.
Right. So I think we have a check if there is if this address exists. So nothing will happen actually. So we will just ignore this system call.
Okay, so the block will be valid, but nothing will happen with respect to withdrawals.
Like the block depends on how other nodes will construct the block. In case of you are only one node that doesn't see this contract for some weird reason, then the block will be invalid. But if
imagine you have a improperly configured testnet.
Okay, then the block will be valid. Yes.
Okay.
And I think that's the behavior of all EL clients.
Yeah, that's not specified, at least in our case, and I'm not sure about Ethereum.
Yes, it is not specified, but I observed this from real behaviors, let's say, because in the past we didn't have this check, and we had different implementation. We had system calls implemented directly in the client, and there was one situation when EF DevOps forgot to upload smart contract, and then Nethermind client complained about not having this contract while other clients were progressing just fine. So then we adjusted Nethermind to follow this logic, and right now we have system calls implemented with the call to the smart contract not implemented in C#. Does it make sense right now? The only thing is we could specify it in EAP or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's such an edge case that doesn't affect any network, so whatever is simpler or already implemented. So just to clarify, if the account exists, so if you set an EOA that has balance as the deposit contract, will the system contract succeed and do nothing or fail?
In that case, this is weird scenario because we assume only that if this address exists, but you are asking if this would be EOA without code, then I guess there might be exception. In all clients, probably.
Okay.
But this situation actually couldn't happen. I think only what can happen is if there is no code or there is a code deployed to this address.
It could happen if you are an idiot when doing the config.
Yes.
It happens.
Yes, true.
But okay, that's good. That's good enough.
All right. Gateway, do you have any news?
Hello. Not much news for today. RPC keeps working well. We are in progress with CL private endpoint along with Nimbus separate endpoint.
All right, thank you. Shutter.
Hi. Yeah, also not that much to report this week.
We had some people on vacation. On Nethermind side also were some vacations. In general, we are still working on this sheer discovery issue we've been seeing. Yeah, that's pretty much everything for this week.
All right. We are actually having a call, I think, with each other next Thursday. If anyone wants to join, it's mostly for revision. But yeah, if anyone is interested, feel free to write me a message. Testing for Hive.
Hi, no updates regarding Hive this week. I was mostly focused on packed DevNet testing.
All right, Ethereum tests or potentially the new testing framework like EELs and stuff.
The progress that we have so far there is that we are working between Jerkablan and the JIT, and we are working on solve the issue that we are facing with Nethermind TAN, but still no good dates regarding that.
All right. Nethermind, before I start, can we set up a call at some point for to talk about the based rollups and whatever you have been doing on that side?
Yes, sure. We can set up this call.
Is there anyone else who wants to join this? So again, kind of more of a like vision thing for base rollups and potentially more.
Yes, I think I will propose a few people from Nethermind who are there. Jorge, Menderos, Ahmad, lean researcher, Connor probably. I think they should be there on this call.
Definitely, and if anyone who's not from Nethermind wants to join, again, feel free to post a message on the CoreLabs group or to me privately. Yeah, okay, we'll do that async. Do you have any updates, Nethermind?
Yes, so we fixed the most blocking issue for release, and I guess we are close to have a release candidate. Łukasz?
We are still investigating one issue, but on rare occasions there's an issue after restart. But I myself can't reproduce it, but Ben reproduces it, so we are investigating it at the moment.
Yeah, I forgot about the second issue.
I don't think it's that critical. It's fairly rare, and it might be something with threads and multi-threading, and I think I need to check. I'm not sure Kamil is here. No, I don't think so. Double check with Kamil if we can only get it on the fastest machine, really extremely fast. So, but yeah, I'm having a good machine, but not the fastest one, and I cannot really reproduce it. So it's something weird, but it's a transient error, right? A restart fixes it, and it's only on restart, so you just restart 2 times. But we'll see. Hopefully we can fix it.
All right, and what does the next release include?
It's so big that I don't even know where to start.
Just the main things, I guess.
Marek, do you have a summary?
Yeah, that's the good question, but for sure, performance improvements, many performance improvements. For sure, some bug fixes and many Spectra PRs as well. Mekong testnet, Shutter. Oh yeah, Shutter is very important here because before we had a special Docker image for Shutter, and right now it will be included in the release. And I'm almost sure that I forgot about something important, but yeah.
That's already very good news, though, for Shutter being upstreamed or posted. Oh, well, yeah, in the main branch. All right, so let's move on to Erigon.
Hi, so Erigon now supports the Gnosis Spectra DevNet 1, and there is also a fix for importing Genesis as it is. So earlier there was a discrepancy in the way I guess Nethermind handles it and Erigon handles it. I have tried to align it, and I think whatever file Carlos supplied works as it is. And aside from that, Pectra, DevNet 4, and Mekong based release is already live with a version of Erigon 2, 2.61 beta 1. And we will be doing further releases on Erigon 2 based branch as well. For Erigon 3, we continue to optimize and fix issues here and there. So at the moment, I would expect both Erigon 3 and Erigon 2 to work for Gnosis DevNet 1. Although at the moment, I am only promoting the Erigon 2 based one for stability reasons, and further down the line, as we get close to the actual fork, we will make releases and fixes for both of these branches.
All right, I might have gotten mixed up a bit, but from my understanding, so there's one release 2.61 that is ready for DevNet 4, so which our DevNet 1 is based on, right? And the V3 version also is potentially ready, but not sure if it works.
Yes, so the beta 1 version is ready for Pectra DevNet 4 as per Ethereum, and it would work for Gnosis as well, but that would be on the fork. For latest up-to-date changes, of course, you would have to go for some other branch, and it's not the release branch you would look to deploy for day-to-day fixes, but it's compatible.
Got it. Guillaume?
Yeah, so I did finish the full sync. It's currently full, it caught up with the head. I did a rebase on the latest official release of Geth, which is 1.14.12. Unfortunately, there's a couple branch shenanigans in the way Geth does its release. And I want to point out it's entirely my fault. I pressed the wrong button one day, and now we have those two branches. But so, yeah, I rebased it on the wrong branch. It's the same code, so that's I'm sure it's going to work. Simply to make the PR, like the diff, a bit easier to read, I need to rebase everything on the other branch. Yeah, so it's a bit of a silly mistake. But this being said, I'm able to produce blocks on Shadow. I'm able to follow the chain. I need to do a full sync just to be sure, like another one. But from what I can tell, I've got a pretty recent branch. And so my next question is, oh yeah, I also implemented tracing for system calls, so that works as well. And I cleaned up the code. I removed a lot of development, like temporary stuff. So that's pretty much it. There's okay, the obvious next question is Pectra. I don't know, I don't think we're, like, Geth is quite ready for DevNet 4, so I don't really know what needs to be done for Pectra on Gnosis. Actually, that's my question. Do we have any specificities for Pectra on Gnosis?
Yes, of course. There's the specs repo, but I don't know exactly what. Yeah, maybe Lion knows better actually what the diffs are for Pectra.
Right. Okay. I can also go read the specs repo. Yeah, I just realized this as Somnat was talking about it. We can. Yeah, I can investigate it.
The link.
Basically, there is the blob fee collector. Like before Pectra, we used to burn blob fees, and now blob fees are sent to the collector.
Okay, gotcha. So I'll have to implement that. And yeah, after that, oh yes, I was also helping DevJit a bit with his thing. So yeah, that's roughly what I'm doing these days.
Yeah, so as of now, there is no Pectra diff against the existing IPs, and we will add this new meta IP to fix the inconsistency. So far, the only difference is with the blob count, but probably we will merge some EIPs where the blob count will be managed from CL. So from your point of view of the execution plan, you would not have to do anything.
All right. What is there left to be done on Geth for like a public official release?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to wait for Pectra, I need to do that rebase thing I was talking about, like I rebase on the wrong branch. So yeah, it's never a very easy process, but it's a pretty straightforward one. So apart from that, I think, yeah, it's pretty much good to go as far as I can tell. I mean, I'd like to, just to make sure, to redo a full sync, just to make sure I didn't break anything during the rebase. But yeah, I would say, like, unless full sync reveals anything weird, I think we're good to go.
All right, so official release next week then.
Yeah, okay, we can try that.
Awesome. I mean, a full sync of course takes 3 weeks, but sure, whatever. At least like it starts pushing test releases out that people can easily test with Docker images and whatever. Yeah, that would be a very good start.
Yeah, I mean, I think I can parallelize because I have a database from just after the merge, so I could try the full sync after this, like with this database, this after the merge database. So that would basically divide the thing in two. So that would be like a week and a half.
Awesome, sounds good. Deb, for Wrath.
Yes, so I have a good news. Guillaume gave me the state dump after merge, and Reth is able to successfully import that with the correct state roots, etc. And it is able to sync blocks after that. And actually, it's able to, like, what ideally you have to do now is see which blocks it gets stuck at and kind of debug from there. And it did get stuck on a block around 70 or something after the state dump. And yeah, now I am kind of blocked on it. Like, I have to see what exactly is wrong. Apart from that, I'll resume individual tests, like for specific features. And yeah, I mean, that's that. I have one question for Nethermind. If I suppose run a Nethermind client and I'm syncing block by block, do we have a functionality that gives me the state diff with the previous block? Like whenever a new block is introduced, can I get the what's exactly changed, like the account states, etc.?
Trace API, so you can get state diffs here.
Pardon, is there an API you said?
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I couldn't hear what you said. Like, can you repeat?
Trace API. So there is like parity trace API. Let me send you a link.
Yeah, but it's not that trivial, right? We don't have it by default in any way.
Yeah, but in Trace API you can provide that.
Yeah, you can extract it. Yeah, you can extract it there.
Is it documented somewhere? Can you send me something about it where I can read? Because I mean, that's what I have to do now. I mean, it's getting stuck on certain blocks. And I have the state diff from Reth, but I don't have that from any other client. So I'd ideally like to look at what's different in Reth.
Give me a second. I will send you a link to this module. And anyway, is it like this state diffs? Is it something specific to Reth, or it is standardized across the client and just Nethermind is missing this?
And to be honest, I'm not sure about other clients. Basically, what I want to see is whenever the state root changes, whenever, like, what extra accounts, like what is the exact state that's changed across them. So if you have it, like, I'm not sure about other clients. I mean, it's not part of the specs. But yeah, it would be good if you have something of that sort.
All right, so I think I will send you this link with Trace API, and I know that this is supported by at least Erigon, Bezu, Ref, and Nethermind. Not sure about Geth. GM can correct me if I'm wrong if you support parity tracing. And yeah, and maybe we can even propose some endpoint changes for state diffs to be supported across all the clients.
Okay, okay. Thanks.
All right. For Pectra, I guess there's nothing much more to discuss. And then for research, based on last week, we talked quickly about the native rollup idea from Martin. Just want to highlight very quickly that there's another debate disrupt between Martin and Dustin Greg. So if anyone is interested, yeah, could be some interesting context. But yeah, I think that's it, unless someone has any questions or comments.
Yeah, I saw this EIP from Like Lion 7639. I'll link it here. Basically, the IP wants to make clients forget all history before the merge. So I'm wondering, other execution clients, are you aware of this IP? What are your thoughts? How does this play with 404s?
Okay, so not sure if you followed the breakouts on EF workshop at DevCon, but generally the consensus is to drop history in 6 months and to drop specifically pre-merge history. So I guess we can do the same for Gnosis Chain as a first step. Because 6 months was chosen because in 6 months 2 terabytes will be not sufficient. And yes, we know about it, and the plan for this is just to have support for ERA files, while Portal Network will be optional. So I think the most problematic it could be for clients like Ref that needs to sync the whole chain.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
And yeah, I would be keen to see this included, to be honest. Is there something we can have in Gnosis ahead of time? Any caveats?
So right now we have a PR with ERA files, and we are basically testing it. When we have this merged, and it should be quite soon, then we can discuss. I'm not sure about how Erigon guys think about it, and Ref as well. But yeah, from our side, we could upload those files and drop this history.
And that's the Gnosis-specific ERA files, right?
Yes. Oh, that's a good point. I need to ask if there is a testing on both chains, basically.
Yeah, because we need a different format, I guess, for Gnosis chain.
Yes. I remember.
Can you send that PR, please?
Yes, 1 second.
You can also send it on Telegram, it's fine. Yeah, anything else?
So if after this EIP, if someone wants to sync Nethermind in archive mode, what would be the flow?
You have to download ERA files. You have to import them, and you sync archive mode in this way. So like a little bit more annoying for syncing archive, but better for full nodes.
Okay.
Anything else? Sorry.
You would have to specify like -- ERA files directory or something. And then Nethermind expects a bunch of files in a specific format, in a specific names in somewhere.
Yes, something like that. I haven't reviewed this PR by myself yet, but yeah. So you will need to specify the directory, and it will import blocks.
Okay. That's all.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. Anything else? Perfect. Well, then, thanks for joining and see you next week.
See you. Thank you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.